Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and in today's video we are checking out the Stax Spirit S5 from Edifier. With a Snapdragon chip, 80 hours of battery and some awesome sound, these may just be my new go-to for wireless over-ear headphones. So, let's take a look. And of course, a huge thank you to Edifier for sending these over for the purpose of review. They will be linked in the description down below if you guys want to pick up a pair for yourself. However, just to set the scene for you guys, the S5 are a premium pair of over-ear headphones starting at $499, so keep that in mind while watching the rest of the video. So of course, starting off with the unboxing. So as you can see here, we've got the Edifier S5, and I've got them here in this nice black finish. Now, I'm not sure at the moment if they're going to come in any other colorway at the moment, but of course, if they are, I will have them linked in that description down below, and the unboxing experience is very, very nice indeed. So first off, you can see here you've got Stax Spirit over everything, and then of course you've got all of your paperwork on the inside here just in this little black envelope. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that they've included all of the instructions, manuals and everything that you need, but the way that this one's laid out, it's one of those sort of open pamphlet style ones. It's not like a flippable manual book, for example. So if you want to get a little bit of information, I would probably go online or use the app to get the information you need, because this is just a giant piece of paper. And then following on from that, you've got everything else that you need here in basically 4 different sections: the headphones, the accessories, and also the alternative ear cups for both the left and the right. So starting off then at the top here with the little accessories pack that we've got here, and again you've kind of got everything that you need in regards to getting up and running with regards to charging and the audio side of things as well. So if we just take a quick look inside the box here, you can see you've got a ton of different accessories. So what exactly is each one for, and what really do they do? Well, the first thing that we have here is an adapter. So if you do want to plug in these headphones to an amplifier or some bigger audio gear, for example, then you've got the option to do so with this included adapter. You then have your audio cable, and this is just a standard 3.5mm to 3.5mm audio cable. So again, if you've got anything that still uses this, like a laptop or maybe a phone that still has that, or you've got an adapter, then again you've got the wired option. You then also have the USB-C cable, which is mainly used for charging, or you can use to listen on a PC, for example. It would be nice if it was USB-C to C instead of C to A, but overall a pretty long, pretty useful cable. Now the next thing that you have here is a little bit strange looking. It's basically a pick, and the sole purpose of this is to get the ear cups off. So again, very easy to exchange and change these, no problem whatsoever. And then next up we have the different ear cups. Now firstly, this is the most luxurious way to protect and store ear pads. It's kind of hard to get across on camera, but this pouch is super soft. You have one pair on the headphones already, plus another set in the box. You have 2 different ear cups in the box. You have the genuine lambskin ear pads, which are made for longer listening sessions and ultimate comfort, and again you can see here they are extremely soft. You also then have the more breathable mesh pads, which are mainly used for travel and to keep a little bit cooler. Now for me, as I run a little bit hot anyway, I do prefer the mesh pads. However, you've still got super soft foam, and meaning that even for longer listening sessions you'll be good to go. Next up then you have the carrying case, and this is just your traditional hard shell carrying case. However, I've got a little bit of a problem with the carrying case in general. Don't get me wrong, it's nice, it's got that very hard protection, so again if you're chucking it into a bag or you're dropping it anytime soon, you know that the headphones themselves are going to be very protected, and of course the headphones do fold up very nicely to go into this traveling case, but you don't have any kind of space or any sort of extra compartment to keep all of the cables that we've just talked about. So with regards to all of your audio cables, charging cables, that tiny little pick, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose very quickly, you can put them in the case, but they're just going to be free flowing. There's no sort of mesh pad or mesh compartment or netting like you get in some other cases. So again, it's good in regards to getting the headphones from point A to point B, but you may want to store all of your cables somewhere slightly different. And then of course we have the S5 headphones themselves, and straight off the bat, these are some of the more premium, nicest headphones that I've used in a very long time. Now again, you can see here that you've got genuine cowhide leather on the side here, along with the S5 logo, and you've got a really nice sort of dark space grey gunmetal colour. You've got the USB charging there, and you've also got a pairing button, gaming mode and EQ switcher, volume, play, pause, skip track, and all of your cool buttons all on one side there as well, along with a ton of microphones around the side here as well. You've also got some vents and some holes at the top here that just add to the overall sound experience as well, just allowing for that super crisp audio to come through really nicely. Now the actual headband itself is going to be that same sort of lambskin leather that we've got, which we'll get onto in just a moment, but on the other side you've got your 3.5mm connector, and again nothing else along that side. Now the headband is stainless steel, and it does have that really nice leather to it as well, and it's got the same nice memory foam that you've got in the ear cups along the headband, and because it is stainless steel, it's going to last for a very long time, and you've got multiple different adjustment points and a very small Edifier logo just at the top. Now the only thing that I wasn't a massive fan of is the way that these click backwards and forth. It's more sort of put them on and get the sizing. You can't really size it up and leave it and just be ready to go every single time. For me, I did actually have to click them into place and get that right fitting pretty much every time that I use them. So having a maybe a little bit of more tighter connection there will just add to the overall premium experience, knowing that every time you go back to these headphones, you don't have to basically reshape them and resize them every single time. Also on the inside of the actual headband here, you've got some pretty racer type font in regards to the left and right, plus some stickers here with regards to all of the audio codecs, which of course we will be getting onto a little bit later on in this video. Now the thing that makes these headphones special is they are actually planar magnetic drivers, which means that you have a flat, thin diaphragm with embedded wires suspended in a magnetic gap. Now this allows for greater movement of the diaphragm across a larger range of frequencies, so basically to put it into more basic terms for everyone out there, they sound pretty darn good. Now you've of course got multiple EQ settings, but the only one that I used mainly and kind of throughout this video and in my testing was the monitor EQ preference, which again is available in the application, which we'll look at in just a moment. And taking off and replacing the ear cups is as easy as putting them into place, making sure it lines up, and then clicking everything down, ready to go. Now going back to the sound side of things, you've got a ton of options with the S5. You've got their 2nd gen equal mass wiring tech on board, meant that even songs that I've been listening to hundreds or even thousands of times had parts I've never really noticed before on other headphones. It could be the clash of a cymbal during a heavy breakdown, or it could even be a voiceover at the end of a song. Seriously, there were some songs that I heard, I listened to the very start of it, and I didn't quite recognise the song at the very start because again, I heard something that I've not heard before on some other headphones. There's also way more tech built into these headphones that I've used on previous as well. On board you have the Snapdragon sound chip, meaning that you get lossless streaming, gaming mode, great call quality, and a great connection. Not once did I have any issues with the connection of the S5 with its Bluetooth 5.4, if you use the multi-connection, switching between my Mac and my iPhone. It was pretty darn good overall. And of course you've got all the other codecs on board, with aptX, LDAC, LHDC, all the acronyms for all the audio needs that you need for your wireless experience. So with an overall great look to the headphones and amazing sound, how long can you actually use them for? Well, you're going to be getting around 80 hours worth of battery on a full charge, which is plenty for a long flight, long weekly commute, and also a 10-minute charge gives you 11 hours of listening playback, so if you forget to charge them overnight, you need to do it quickly before you head out, then you've got plenty of listening. And of course, like any pair of wireless earbuds these days, you do have an application to go alongside your listening experience. Here you have the Edifier Connects app. Now the main reason for this is mainly just to switch up the EQ and the controls of the headphones. It's a bit of a basic app, but only really has what you need. Now, one thing that you can't change in the application, and something that I've kind of avoided saying in this video, is of course the active noise cancellation, and that's because for $499, it doesn't have noise cancellation. Now, don't get me wrong, for a lot of you out there, this may be a complete no-go just for that very one reason. However, do keep in mind that this level of headphone isn't really to kind of take, I wouldn't say out and about in regards to the commute and traveling here, there and everywhere, wearing around the house when you've got kids running around trying to work from home. They're for those really serious listening experiences. If you want to get a good piece of music, some lossless audio, and just really enjoy the sound, then for me, this is actually where these headphones shine. And the fact they don't have noise cancellation isn't really a massive problem. The overall seal of the ear cups does an amazing job of blocking out some of the background noise anyway, and I think overall the listening experience, if it had that digital kind of noise cancellation that you get, it does affect the overall audio quality and it can change how they sound, so I can kind of see why they've missed it out, but maybe in the next version give the option. And that's going to do it guys for this video on the Stax Spirit S5 from Edifier. Now let me know in the description down below what headphones you're currently using, whether it's over-ear or in-ear earbuds, and also the overall price point that you guys would be willing to pay. Now for me, don't get me wrong, $499 is definitely a high price point. However, I think for the kind of audiophile that this is mainly aimed towards, I think it's actually a pretty good deal overall. They're not your standard $100 or $200 pair of wireless earbuds that noise cancellation, maybe from Apple, Samsung, whoever you may be getting them from. These are mainly made for those people that really want to take advantage of some really great audio, and that's also definitely something you need to keep in mind. While the headphones themselves are really premium and they sound great, that also depends on the audio that you're pumping into the actual headphones. If you're listening to Spotify using Bluetooth, for example, and you've got a low bit rate and it doesn't necessarily sound great, then there's no point really using these headphones. However, if you've got some really nice lossless audio, or you're actually listening to proper physical media, then I think these are a really good option, but not necessarily for your everyday commute to and from work, on the train, loads of noise in the background, again without the noise cancellation there, but in general I think they sound pretty darn good for actually what they can do. And of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. And if you're not already subscribed, now is a great time to do so. We've got tons of awesome content coming up very shortly. And a little bit of a spoiler, I may be thinking about the whole iPhone Android experience. So again, make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications to see exactly what's happening moving forward. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.